with our webinars, we always have select special guests who come here and give us a wealth of knowledge, of information that they have experienced in their lives that they can share with us, me included. I'm always learning. I'm that sponge. This particular gentleman that we have here as our guest tonight, he is a veteran. He has a plethora of information and a plethora of knowledge, not as a veteran, but also as a person that's been in society, a person that knows this island. This person that I'm about to introduce knows a lot about real estate. I learned from him in real estate. We are working on the same team together in real estate. We are working on the same team together with veterans. We are working on the same team, period. So for those of you who really want to understand what's going on from a different perspective, from someone who's been here on these tours, even before we started in February, he was here last year. I got to give it up. I got to give it up for those who want to understand and know more about this particular opportunity and know more about how we can help veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to Mr. Jose Martinez.
What's going on, Brian?
Man, we're so happy to have you here right now. Are we live, Tony? Are we live? We're live. We're live. Yeah, live.
Awesome.
This is the best part. You know,
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
We have Mr. Jose Martinez here. We're going to ask you a couple of questions, Jose, and there's going to be some questions coming from the crowd, too.
That's okay. I'm ready for it.
We're ready for it. This is not scripted, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready, and this guy has a lot of information to share. So first and foremost, can you please tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
All right. So obviously, I was born in the States, raised here as a child, left about 12, 13 years old, raised by my grandparents. Since then, I went back to the States, obviously, spent a lifetime there, joined the Army, was part of Desert Storm, Desert Shield, left the service, was in the National Guard and Reserves for a little bit during the Clinton years. But during that time in the Reserves, I was also a law enforcement officer in New York. Spent some time there for a total of 23 years altogether.
Yes.
Retired, went down to Florida, down to Miami specifically.
Yeah, Miami.
Pretty much after that, got involved in the hospitality industry. You know, I took my skills that I had, and I actually ended up just doing security. And it was very hard, you know, transition from throwing flashbangs, because I was on the SWAT team. I was a sniper observer during that time too. So it was a big change for me, you know.
Yeah.
But definitely, I was excited, and I think that's what really revealed me, just kind of like the service industry, right?
Yeah.
I've always been a man of service, you know, since I was a kid. I've always loved to help people. You know, that's why I was my inkling. You know, I served my country. I served my city. You know, eventually I left New York City, went upstate New York, finished my career there.
Yeah.
But all exciting. And then all in all, went back, got into hospitality, another service industry, right? But throughout the times, I dibble-dabbled a little bit in real estate during the time that I was a law enforcement officer. So that was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I guess the last couple of years, I went back to real estate in Florida. I'm a real estate agent over there in Miami-Dade and Broward County.
And Broward, okay.
And it was weird because I'll tell you a little story.
Yeah.
Back March 25th of last year, I got into a really bad accident, my wife and I.
Oh, man.
We were actually medevaced out of there in a chopper, you know, so we're lucky to be alive, you know. So that was like a little bit of a catalyst for me.
Yeah.
And as weird as IG is, or the algorithm or whatever have you, right?
Yeah.
I was just searching for property for quite some time. I was interested in investing, and obviously I was in real estate.
Yeah.
But somehow I ran into Cheryl's videos. And some of these things that were going on. I saw medical tours and all this other things. So I really hopped on right away last year. Came for, you know, at the time my wife was like, you go first. I don't know if they're going to sell your organs or something.
You're the dance party. Right?
I know it, right. I was like, this is my country. She's Dominican too.
Yeah,
she was raised in the States. But either way, I came. I found it to be phenomenal. The actual way that they take care of veterans. Just I'm Dominican, so we're amazing people.
Yeah.
We care about people. Obviously, I was a man of service for most of my life, so I kind of understand that.
Yeah.
And like always, we put in our time, right? We served. And it's always good to see that not what you find back in the States, right? You go to the VA and you're just like a number, I'm not going to name out any
Sure.
VAs out there,
Yeah.
but you guys know the horror stories out there, right? So
Absolutely.
for me, it was like, okay, let me give this a try. I was suffering through a lot of back pain, PTSD, all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Sitting at 70%, and I was like, like everybody else, right?
Yeah.
You leave a lot of money on the table, because you don't know. We're kind of structured to be like, tough it out. You're a soldier, whatever.
Get through it. Yeah.
Get through it.
Yeah.
But I got to a pivotal age where I was just like, you know what? I can't, I need help, and the VA wasn't doing it for me. And sure enough, I found this program.
Oh man, tell us about it.
Amazing program. I mean, from the second you stepped off the plane, and mind you, your skin in the game is just buy your flight.
Yeah.
Right? It's everything as it is, as it speaks, as we say it. Being part of this team, some way, somehow being involved,
Yes,
is service as well for me. So tying everything, with real estate and what we're doing here and the community we're building is just fantastic.
Wow.
When you look at what's offered here, in comparison to the States, there's just you can't put words on it.
Yeah.
So long story short, I brought back my wife the second time around, and she was, because I just came back like, oh my God, this is an amazing program. You gotta see this.
Yeah.
She came along, and then she came back again.
Oh.
And then right there, we took some time off, little complications here and there. But
Yeah.
you know what? During that whole time, I took care of what was mattering to me most, was my mental health.
Wow.
And we had, telehealth consistently. I've had telehealth since I left from the first time.
Really?
So you can imagine, almost a year now.
Wow.
So you can't beat that.
Yeah.
That's just amazing. I mean, how hard is it for you to sit in front of a person at the VA or do telehealth? It's impossible.
Yeah, it is.
And then you get there once a month. I've been doing it probably every week.
Wow.
Since then.
Wow.
And it's made a substantial change. I took a risk to come down here. We were kind of like in the mix of trying to be down here, and
back and forth.
And then just do the back and forth thing. Spend 6 months here. We invested in some properties.
Yeah.
Sure enough, just like God will have it. I ended up working here. I'm doing my real estate.
Yeah.
I'm also working within the hospitality industry.
Are you boots on the ground now?
I've been boots on the ground.
Oh,
since last month, since May.
Okay.
Mid-May. Found a beautiful place to live.
Yeah.
I walk out of my backyard and I literally have just nice grass, blue lagoon. I mean, it's just, and the breeze that comes through there and the peace that you get.
Yeah.
It's beyond what you can, really kind of put it all together. I will say to everyone out there, it's you have to take the initiative and just do it. Just do it. Just like, when I was airborne jumping out of airplanes.
That's right.
There was just like, you put on that static line and you're going out. So, if that static line for you is putting money in and buying a trip, just get in that plane and go,
Yeah,
and you come here and you're going to be so pleasantly surprised about what this program does for you and for veterans. And since then, I've seen hundreds come through.
Yeah.
Guys, people return.
Yeah.
People stay. I took a little bit of time to come back and stay, but now I'm here for good.
Now
A little bit. Yeah. And it's actually the best thing. I'm in the hospitality industry as well.
Yeah.
Serving on that end. I mean, it's incredible.
So let me ask you, that's a good point. I really appreciate you making that statement. But I want to ask you, since you've been here, what have you witnessed in terms of the veterans who are coming here? What are you seeing in the veterans that are coming here and getting this medical attention? What are you witnessing while they're here, and probably what you're witnessing when they're going through everything that they're going through?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. The one word that sticks with me is transformation.
Wow.
Transformation. I've seen guys come in bent over, not being able to walk, not being able to it takes a toll on them. I've seen guys on the PTSD level.
Yeah.
They're popping 10, 15 pills and they're walking out of here without that and getting the care that they need, and it's like, it's a transformation is the word for it.
Yeah.
I've seen guys like fall into tears that they couldn't believe that they've been, healed.
Yeah. Yeah.
How big is that? And you don't feel like, you're a burden.
Right.
They actually nurture you. They take care of you. There's actually genuine appeal to want to help you.
Yeah.
And then you think about it, it's like, we always ask these questions like, why? There's an ulterior motive here. You know what? There is not.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the reason?
Yeah.
There is not. The reason is your health.
Yeah.
The reason is taking care of you, offering you something else.
Yeah.
Something, an alternative, a good life. I mean, look what's going back in the States right now.
Oh,
This whole situation with Iran, that causes fear in people.
Of course.
And there's especially a lot of soldiers. It triggers us,
Yeah.
Well, what are your thoughts? It may immediately you see something, it's going to trigger you. So it's just peace.
Yeah. That's
tranquility.
That's very interesting you mentioned it like that. And I've noticed that when you're with the veterans, they feel a certain kind of way. They feel more comfortable. Can you give us a little insight? Because we know that you're one of the ones that take veterans back and forth up to the new project called Miches. Can you give us your thoughts and what you're witnessing with the veterans going back and forth to Miches?
I mean, I'll tell you what, the property is absolutely gorgeous, right? And the whole concept and what that's going to look like for the future.
Yeah.
I got to say to you, it's one of the most unbelievable things right. And it's a hot market, especially up there in Miches, right? You got hotels like Hilton and Hyatt involved, Marriott. I know for a fact that the people that are involved with Grupo Punta Cana, they're actually going to build an airport out there. There's talks.
Wow.
They own a lot of property. This is just almost, they're just working on the fine print. And it's going to blow up, just like it did here years ago in Punta Cana.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I see in them is a vision. They see vision. They see, okay, I'm going to have my care. I have protection. I have everything I need here. Just the project itself is absolutely beautiful. A lot of green space, very, very, place that's not going to be like knocking everything down because it's just nature. And, we thrive in that type of environment as veterans, right? Nature is huge, connecting with nature and peace and tranquility. That project's amazing. Just watching them just like really take it in, because they only see it on video, they see it, or you send them information on it. But when they see it like live, and they're like, oh my God, I never had a place like this existed, And I mean, this country's gorgeous.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you go, there's just opportunity here. For those business line, the entrepreneur type of veterans, there's opportunities that you can't imagine here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a need for everything. You just gotta have with the right mindset. And you're really you're gonna thrive here. And that's what keeps us going. I'm a workaholic anyway, so I think I work to the day I die.
Right.
So I just love it, and I just love. In the end, is the way I love it is just that I'm looking just to help people, help veterans, and help anyone for that matter. It doesn't really matter for me. It's just in my DNA, I guess you could say.
Yeah, that means a lot. And I'm not going to pause the video, but our general manager just walked in, and I definitely want to welcome him into the conversation. So is Jalen, can you come in and give us some of your insights as well, and give a couple of questions to Jose?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. This is live, guys. We're not, this is not a script. We're here live, and we got our general manager here. Thank you for coming in. We know you've been tied up, but we just want to welcome you in to the actual chat and with our special guest. Would you like to please?
I got one question.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. We're on.
So, Lay,
What's going on, Jay?
Yeah.
I'm all good. I'm all good.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I have a very important question. Because I know a lot of times we have people who have been here before and they come back. Obviously, you're being one of them. Not only you've came back, but you've moved down here. So I would love for you to talk to me a little bit about how VCI, what has VCI done while you're living here? I know we've done maybe some membership,
Yeah.
some appointments. So just talk to me about that.
Oh yeah, I'm more than glad to.
Thank you.
I mean, I'll tell you what. I actually arrived here last month, right? So another little bit story. And I arrived through the Capitol, and I was carrying some heavy bags, as obviously, I'm making this move. And somehow I hurt myself. Didn't know I would hurt myself.
Oh man.
Yep.
And I showed up, and literally a couple of days in, I hadn't started my job. I was literally starting it that Thursday or Friday, helping out with this Marriott property, and I couldn't move. I was hunched over. We had Raul pick me up, and I was in pain. And I called Dr. Mariela, and she said, come now. We'll send someone. They sent. I ended up at IMG Hospital. They took immediately. They took a scan to see if there's something I might have, maybe dislocated a disc or something like that. But I was in pain. And I got the proper medication to kind of just ease my muscles and everything. And literally 2 days later, I was like almost back to normal. You remember I was wearing that patch of my neck? Dude, I'm still suffering, but let me tell you, it was just like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, that's the service, and that's what this program offers you. Is like, even if you live here or you're staying here temporarily, that you could just pick up the phone and call that, like, the medical director of VCI, and she'll call you back. She was in the Capitol. She arranged everything. I got back. I got Perla to come in. I got the massage therapist to come in. I was taken to the hospital, and look at me. I've been working nonstop. It's just like, wow, this is incredible. But on top of that, we don't take care of ourselves. And because we're always busy or we're always got something else going on. And with that said, part of the program for me was, going back into the gym, and VCI offered that for me. And that's an amazing thing, I have lucky that I can have that. That's just incredible, and I thank you, and I thank BCI for that. Being able to go and hit the gym every morning, I finally started going, and it's fantastic. I mean, the gym is great. I'm literally 5 minutes from my house. Driving,
That's fun, man.
It's just like, it's everything's in play, and just like being able to talk about that, being able to kind of live that life that, maybe have some sort of not so much clarity back in the States of, because you never know what you're dealt with at the VA. But there's no VA hospital that's going to offer you, a membership at a gym as part of the group. You're not going to get that. So, and be able to, like, even like for what we do is to offer housing to, whether it's a rental you want to buy or you're going to do something for the future, just, I think what the best way to sum it up is we're creating a community here. Right?
That's all.
And that's the best part, that you have people that are like-minded. You have your tribe here, whatever that is. I know we go back and forth with different branches of service. In Navy, we talk. But let me tell you something. There's just always that bond that just, as being veterans, period, that keeps us together. But I'm grateful for VCI.
Great response.
Thank you.
Great response.
Thank you for that. So like Jose said, if you are looking at somewhere to be, again, it doesn't have to be a permanent move, maybe a couple months, maybe 1 month, maybe you are looking to relocate. If you come to Punta Cana and you are a veteran, you will be taken care of.
Absolutely.
By VCI. So I know I wanted to leave some time for some questions from the group. We have Margarita here, who always reads out the questions. So if you have a question either for VCI or Jose in particular, leave them in the chat and we'll get to it right away. All right.
Okay, this is from Gerald. I had sent all the necessary documents, got a July 22nd day and flight, got an email from Noreen, and followed the direction as best as I could. As I applied for the FMB program, there seems to be no way to register through the website. Please advise.
Okay. So essentially the question is, someone did the whole process of registering. Noreen, which is our support assistant, got in contact, everything is good, but now we're asking about the FMP registration, okay? So to be very, very clear, you do not register for the FMP before coming here,
Correct.
all right? We will have the registration forms with all of the correct information when you arrive. During orientation on the first night, you will get a packet, and inside that packet, you will have that registration form. You sign it, and then we send those registration forms directly to the FMP. So again, to answer your question, don't worry about registering for the FMP at all. You will take care of that when you arrive for your tour.
So an issue with a VCI and registering for the tour is a special.
So if so, what question?
Yeah.
Or what issue are you having?
But the correct action would be for us to have Noreen reach out and to further assist them.
Okay, so yeah, why don't you get in contact with us again, or maybe clarify your question, like what particular part isn't working,
Yeah.
so that we can help.
He said, I have been trying to register to the VSI also. So he's having trouble with VCI, like the website.
Okay, so you have to go to veteranscareinternational.com,
Yeah.
and then you go to Veterans Tour, and then you fill out the form. Now again, if you're having issues, you do have to get in contact with us directly. So send us an email.
Yeah.
If you go on our website, our email address is at the bottom.
Yes.
Send us an email, say, hi, this is for Noreen. Give me a call, or I need help registering, and we will get in contact with you.
Yes.
So just let us know through email, and we'll get back to you within 24 hours. That's the only question?
What?
Not too many questions.
Yeah, you guys are shy. That's okay. That's okay. I know it's a great presentation, and you guys are speechless out there. We understand. You guys are speechless. That's okay. We'll take that today.
All right. So, okay. So, yeah, we're coming to the end of today's webinar. Just a quick reminder, we do these webinars every single Tuesday, every week.
Yes.
Same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. Different guest every single week. So stay tuned. If you showed up to this one, we'll have a different guest next week.
Yes.
If you know a veteran, either friend or family, that could benefit from a program like this, if they just need a week away, or if they need medical help,
Yeah.
in a fast manner,
Yeah.
get them on this webinar. We will explain everything. We'll give them the presentation. Again, if you have any questions, please send us an email, info@veteranscareinternational.com, and we will get back to you within 24 hours. Thank you, everyone, for showing up, and I hope to see everyone next week.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your week.